Welcome to the Mario Matter, the #1 Nintendo podcast.
The final trailer for the Super Mario Galaxy movie has released. Today, I give you my thoughts on that and my thoughts on a bunch of other Mario Galaxy movie news. Folks, welcome on into the Mario Matter, episode 183. I am your host, Nintendo Switch 2 YouTuber EmSwizzle. How are we doing, guys? It's mid-March. As I'm recording this podcast, it is Friday the 13th, March 13th, Friday. Scary stuff. What are all the superstitions? Like, things go wrong on this day? I have no idea. Anywho, I never believe in Friday the 13th. It's just, it's a fun thing to not celebrate, but to notice, right? So there we go. Now, this episode today is very fun, and I'll tell you why after I walk you through what is on today's show. So first things first, we always go over Nintendo news to begin this podcast. We're doing that today. Our main segment is the Mario Galaxy movie's newest trailer, plus we have some other news on the movie. And then the final segment is the Q&A segment, the question block segment, where I answer your questions you ask me. If you want to skip anywhere in the podcast, feel free. What makes this podcast so much fun is actually our first piece of news, and I'll dive into this. Nintendo has released a product. Our video listeners can see it in my hands. This is a talking flower. Now, if you're wondering where it's from, you must have not played Super Mario Bros. Wonder. This is from the Mario Wonder game, and it's a physical product that you put on your shelf, on your nightstand, wherever, and throughout the day, it just says random stuff. Like, at random times, it'll say random thing. You cannot predict anything with this guy. So, I'm gonna have him just sitting on this podcast set, and if he decides to interrupt me and say something on this podcast, you'll hear it. So we were live testing this guy. I just opened him like half an hour ago. We were live testing Nintendo's talking flower product. So first piece of news, this is out now, available online and Nintendo stores worldwide. So there we go. Oops, his like little cover thing is coming off. All right, not well made. Anywho, let's dive into our first piece of actual news to keep you all not waiting. My nose is really itchy. Ugh. All right. This past week, we had Mario Day. Happy Mario Day. Happy, belated Mario Day to those who celebrate. So because of that, we were very much so primed to get a bunch of different announcements for Mario games, Mario collaborations, all this sort of stuff. We got news on the Yoshi and the Mysterious Book Nintendo Switch 2 game. We've known of this game ever since last September for the Nintendo Direct they held, the presentation. We've known a brand new Yoshi game was coming, but now we have more info. We have a release date and a potential price, which is actually very interesting. We'll talk about it, so for the notes, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book got a release date of May 21st, 2026. That is only about 2 months away, 2.5, call it. Whatever. It's coming up pretty soon. So I'm happy with that release date. I don't recall what I predicted, like when I predicted this game would come out, but I feel like it was April or May, or did I even say, I might have said late April was my prediction. So if I in fact said that, I was wrong, but this is a nice springtime game. You don't release a Yoshi game in like the winter, right? It has to be like prime springtime. So I like this move. Nintendo has also given us a description on what the game is, what the storyline is. And I quote, "Jump into the pages of Mr. E," who is a character in the game, "Mr. E's book and meet all sorts of unusual creatures. Who knows what you'll discover? After you've wrapped up your research," I guess you're in the game doing some research by scouring Yoshi levels. "After you've wrapped up your research, you can even give the creature you found a name." I guess we're gonna find a creature. They're like, this whole description is assuming that I know more about the game than I actually do. There's a creature, I'm doing research, golly. "You can give the creature you found a name. Accumulate stars as you make discoveries and more chapters will be available to explore. So all I get from that is Mr. E is a character, and I guess the levels of the game are like Mr. E's book, and you're going through the book, and you find a creature, and you make discovery. That's what this is telling me. This is all I'm getting here. But the trailer is pretty in-depth. It's a nice overview trailer for those who do want to watch it. I will link it down below. Anywho, here's the biggest thing that I'm looking at, all right? So when I saw this Yoshi game get announced last September, I think my mind automatically just goes to, like, whenever I see a Switch 2 game, it goes to, all right, $70 game, high quality game, like, you know, just the basics. Like, it's a full-on produced Nintendo game, right? And we don't have official 1 trillion% confirmation, but this game is supposedly, rumored to be rather, $60 in America, which is $10 below what most Nintendo-made Switch 2 games cost. Now, what is the basis of that info? Well, we have the price confirmed in Japan, I believe in the UK as well. And in those regions, the price is knocked down a little bit from their usual Switch 2 game price. So if that were to be the exact same for America, this game, Yoshi, would be $60. Now, Nintendo did not confirm it is $60 just yet, so don't get too hype, but that is what we can come to the conclusion. Like, if other regions have the price lowered for this game, you can only assume that America would have, you know, a lower price, you know, a $60 game as opposed to a $70 game. Can I talk? Golly. You would only assume, right, that, like, it's a lower price game. So, anywho, I'll take it. Now, here's where I worry. I worry that if they're marking this game as $10 below, like, you know, Donkey Kong Bonanza or Hyrule Warriors or Metroid Prime 4, how much content are we talking here? Because also here's a big thing. I don't know if you all see this or not. A lot of, like, the Nintendo games that are, I shouldn't say aimed towards kids, but, like, could be a kid's first game. Princess Peach Showtime, Mario Wonder, you name it, any Yoshi game. They all tend to be on the shorter side of things, like 6 to 8 hours. Mario Wonder is a little bit longer, but, like, really just not that long. I fear that I sense the exact same thing happening with this Yoshi game. I wouldn't be shocked if this is a Yoshi game on the level of Princess Peach Showtime. And for those who have not played Princess Peach, it's just like it's a game that does that character justice. So in that case, Princess Peach, she has her own game. It's a game that does her justice, but it's not a game that you're walking away from like, man, that changed my life. Like, it's just like, it's a Yoshi game. And it's fun, and it's chill, and it's meant to be easy and just a relaxing time. But this game will not blow your socks off the way that Donkey Kong Bonanza did. That's what I'm getting from this, if it truly is $60. Because if Nintendo had full confidence in this, I guarantee you they would sell basically the exact same amount of units, copies of this game, if it was $70 as opposed to it being $60. So, like, they can sell it for $70. If they're calling it $60, and by the way, we're talking about Nintendo, greedy old company here. If they're selling it for $60, they must know it must not be on par with, again, the Donkey Kong Bonanzas, the Hyrule Warriors, Metroid, Pokemon, that sort of stuff. So that's what I get. But new trailer, new release date, always a good thing. Yoshi coming soon, May 21st. We have a podcast episode coming out May 23rd. I will give you my first impressions on that game. So very cool. All right. Another Mario Day announcement. We got an announcement from LEGO that Super Mario minifigures will be releasing in 2027. So here's the thing. 2027 was the date announced for these Mario minifigure LEGO sets. LEGO put out on their Twitter, on their Instagram, on their everywhere, this little video teaser where essentially, have you all seen Mario LEGO? I imagine that you have if you're listening to this podcast. The characters that you build, like the Mario and the Luigi, they're like these weird electronic, smart Lego character. Like, it's not one of those normal Lego minifigures that you build. It's different. It's weird. And like, it costs $60 to even buy one of those. Anywho, now in 2027, next year, they're going to make standard Lego characters, like the minifigure guys with the normal arms and normal sized head. These are coming next year. We don't have much info because it seems like whenever Lego announces anything, like announces a teaser rather, they don't give you anything to work off of. Like, all we saw was a minifigure of Mario. I wish I could sit here and be like, oh, and also, along with that, they're going to release this Lego set, and this set, and this set. We got nothing. This is all we got. So I don't have much to say because of that, but I guess I am excited for normal Mario minifigures to come. I imagine that we'll get one for everybody. Luigi, Yoshi, Peach, like everybody. So I'm excited. The biggest reason I don't own the current Mario Lego characters is because the Mario one, don't you have to, guys, I'm not huge into Mario Lego, but I think like what you have to do to own the Mario character right now, don't you have to buy like a $30 to $40 to $50 starter pack or something? And like, that's where you get the character. I have no idea. I just know I was in Legoland. This is like 4 years ago, honestly. It's like 4 years ago. And I saw the Mario Lego sets and I tried to buy one of them, but none of them came with the Mario or Luigi character. You had to buy them separate. So all I'm saying is this is great. And this is how it should have been at the start. Because golly, I'm not paying that much money for a Mario figure. However, with this, I imagine they'll just be included with the sets themselves. How it should be. Anywho, let's move on. Next piece of news. Not a whole lot to unpack there because Lego did not give us a whole lot to unpack there. So let's move on. This is interesting. This is a lot to unpack. I didn't even notice this on my first watch through of what we're going to talk about, but let's dive in. So, also on Mario Day, did this need more promoting? Did we need to hear more about this, guys? Everybody and their mother knows at this point that on March 26th, 2026, the Mario Bros. Wonder DLC, extra game content, releases. Like, we all know that, right? Well, if you didn't know that before March 10th, Nintendo reminded you. This is like the 9th trailer we've gotten for this DLC. And I'm not hating. It's great. I'm just saying, though. This is like the 9th trailer. They put out a brand new trailer for the Mario Wonder DLC. That's all cool. You can go and watch the trailer. They don't show you much. I say much because there is some new stuff. They don't show you a whole lot that we haven't seen before. They just show, meet up in Billabelle Park. There's mini games, hang out with your friends, this sort of stuff. It's just like kind of the surface level. You're not getting a whole lot. Why are we talking about this, Max? Because there's a screenshot of the trailer, which is not groundbreaking, but it's a cool thing to bring up here. There's a shot of Rosalina with Boo's present. You can see the Boo characters. There's 2 of them. And in the background of this shot, we have a Nintendo crossover, guys. You can see glow Pikmin in the background of a Mario Wonder level. Once again, not groundbreaking news, but cool to bring up because outside of games like Animal Crossing, where, there's Zelda items in that game or there's Mario items, you don't get the whole Nintendo crossover too often. So this is an interesting one. This is, and I watched, oh my God, please help me remember. Was it Game Explain made like a cool video on this where they were like, this isn't even the first time Mario and Pikmin have crossed over. They appear in like Mario Baseball, I think, or Mario Golf. They appear. They appear in, what was the other one he mentioned? I forget, but shout out. So Mario and Pikmin have always had a nice relationship. Oh, they showed up in the Mario movie in like a statue form. Mario and Pikmin have crossed over, but to see it in Mario Wonder is a pretty cool thing. There are glow Pikmin. That is the official Nintendo trailer, so it's not like someone edited those guys in there. No, it's real. So, kudos. That's very interesting. I like it. Once again, not much to unpack, but a cool piece of news to bring up. Final news before we get to the Mario Galaxy movie goodness and my thoughts on the trailer and everything like that. By the way, this talking flower has not yet spoken. Do you all want to hear, like, if you press this button?
Have you had lunch yet?
He says, have you had lunch yet? I actually have, and it's only 10:26 a.m. So I'm so weird, guys. I eat lunch like, here. My breakfast is a protein shake. So I'm not very full in the morning. And that's fine. I like my breakfast as a protein shake. I can do a full breakfast. I can do some I can do some Cracker Barrel, but like I'm a light breakfast guy on most days, but once again, I can do a breakfast. And then I'll eat lunch at like 10 a.m., 9 a.m., somewhere in there. It's basically brunch, but it's like just first meal of the day, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and then I eat one more meal at like 5 or 6. That's how I do it. So this talking flower guy asked me, did I have lunch? To his surprise, the answer is actually yes. Anywho, let's keep going. Our last piece of news here is we have the sales numbers for the new Nintendo game, Pokemon game, whatever, that released last week, Pokemon Pokopia. Big old Pokemon game. Been enjoying that. I've been playing it. I've been loving it. I'm still mad about, if you watched last week's episode, I'm still mad about how you have to water the grass in an X shape. I'm still mad. I'm not happy. But regardless, Pokopia is a very, very fun game. By the way, did not expect, like, Pokopia has become a really big game. And what I mean by that is, like, a lot of people are talking about it, which sounds so basic to say, but like, for example, like when Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment, when Metroid Prime 4, these games come out, you hear about them for like a day, and then they're gone. Pokopia's got staying power. There's still people making memes about this game a week later, which is not a long time, but like, it's got more staying power than some other games we've seen get released. So just kudos to Pokemon. Kudos to Nintendo. Whoever engineered all of this success. Kudos to you. We have the sales number for how many copies of the game sold. Pokopia, per Nintendo themselves, so it's official, sold 2.2 million copies in 4 days. So that would have been Thursday, Friday, Saturday, as of Sunday night, probably. 2.2 million copies. That's big. That's big. You know that some games don't do that well because, well, let me tell you this. Have you heard about the sales units, sales numbers for Metroid Prime 4? No, you haven't. They won't boast about it. I'll tell you that right now. So they want to boast about this one because that's a good number for 4 days for a Pokemon spinoff. For us, listen, when Pokemon Winds and Waves comes out, that's going to be like 47 million copies sold in 9 hours, right? But for a spinoff, that's pretty good. So good on Nintendo. Boast about it. Feel free. I don't know why I said that. That sounds like I'm like sucking up to Nintendo there. Boast about it, sure. I don't know. Do your thing. Anywho, fun numbers. That's our news segment. Folks, let's dive in to our next segment, which is a bit of a smorgasbord. We have my thoughts on the Mario Galaxy movie trailer. We have some news on the movie that we got revealed to us in the Nintendo Direct. And we have some other news that movie theaters, will be offering certain pieces of merch. We dive all into Mario Galaxy everything right now. My friends, we got the third and final Super Mario Galaxy movie trailer shown to us, revealed to us on March 9th, in most countries anyway. March 10th if you're a Japaner out there. Comment down below if you're watching this podcast from Japan. I don't imagine there's many of you, but there's got to be somebody, right? There's got to be somebody, so let me know. But we got a trailer a good one. We got some new news on the movie. Let's dive into all this stuff right freaking now. No time to waste, all right? So, I want to start off, excuse me, with some news that came out before the trailer. And this is all of the cool products that movie theaters are offering. And probably not everything. Like, there's probably some other products that they haven't, announced yet that are going to be sold at movie theaters. But, like, these are the biggest things. So, first of all, I would like to pat myself on the back a little bit. I didn't do anything, but, like, I just want to do it if I can, okay? Like, back a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, when we got those leaks of Mr. Beast's Feastables and Mario movie collab, that was a pretty, like, divisive leak, because it was a leaked photo of the candy bars in some store, and a lot of people commented like, well, Max, I don't know, it looks AI to me, it looks really, really fake, I don't know if I believe it. I just want to pat myself on the back, because whenever I've brought a leak to this podcast and said, you know what, I think it's real, it usually is. So I'm not trying to boast or inflate my ego, but, like, it just feels good sometimes. You just gotta, like, man, I knew that was real, sort of thing. So that was officially announced this week. So Mr. Beast Feastables Mario movie collab, I think they're out now at Walmarts and stuff. So I'm not on Mr. Beast's payroll. Trust me, I'm not being paid to promote this to you. I'm just saying it's Mario movie news, so I'm giving it to you. But anywho, that's out now. And then also we have a bunch of movie theater exclusive things you can buy once again at the theater, to kind of celebrate and remember the Mario movie. So let's go ahead and dive into this. So let's just go one by one. Each product that will be sold at various theaters. No guarantee it'll be at your local one, but here we go. So number one, I'll give my thoughts on all of them. There's a Yoshi popcorn bucket. This looks cool. I mean, you have to look at the video version of this podcast to, like, be able to kind of see what I'm seeing, but, like, bro, the cracked eggshell idea, beautiful, love it. I do see it being, because I don't really know how big it is. I see it being a little bit tricky to, like put your hand in there and grab popcorn, but aside from that, quality idea, I give that a 9 out of 10. We have other popcorn buckets that are Lumas, and guess what? They light up. That's a 10 out of 10. That is a 10 out of 10 idea. Light up popcorn buckets? Are you kidding me? Turn me up. That's cool. 44-ounce souvenir cup. Has some artwork on it. I'm not a big souvenir cup sort of guy, but if that's your deal, if that's your thing, kudos to you. I give that like a, so the Lumas, I give like a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 idea. The souvenir cup, I give like a 4. There's a throw blanket, which has some of the, movie artwork on it. I'm going to give that a 7. I love blankets. Hard to tell how big this one is, but it looks of decent size, so 7. There's a Luma plushie bag clip, like a little keychain action. I mean, I imagine that I imagine that it won't cost very much. So give me like a 9 out of 10. There's a round Mario movie themed popcorn bucket. It's not as cool as the Yoshi one, but it gets the job done. Give me a 3 out of 10. There's a square version of it. Guys, what's better? Square or circular popcorn buckets? Give me square. Give me square. There's more room for your hand to hold it. I don't know. Give me square on that one. 4 out of 10. Last few products, we have a mini popcorn cauldron. So it's like a mini popcorn bucket with a handle. Pretty freaking cool. I give that a 6 out of 10. The only problem is like the size. There's a mini poster. I mean, who doesn't want a poster? 5 out of 10. And then another popcorn tub that we already looked at. However, if you buy this from, once again, there's no theater like listed on here. So maybe it'll just vary across different theaters, Cinemark, Regal, AMC, whatever. If you buy this popcorn tub, you can get one of 6 different colored Luma pins. So, a lot of Mario Galaxy movie merch coming out, man. Let me know in the comments what or if you're buying any of these. What will you buy? Me personally, I don't want a lot of this. I'll probably do the Yoshi popcorn bucket. Maybe the throw blanket just because that's kind of cool, but like, yeah, probably just the Yoshi. I don't, because those Lumas are cool too. I don't know. I have to kind of get in there and see the price of everything. I don't know if I can do it. Yeah, I don't know. Anywho, that's all the merch. Now, what I'm sure that you all want to hear me talk about, the actual new trailer itself. And I'll be honest, I struggle to talk about Mario movie trailers. I kind of found it hard to do back in 2023 when the first movie came out, and I kind of find it hard to do it now because here's why. We just like, they're not gonna spill it all out for you in the trailer, right? I can't sit here and give you a frame by frame breakdown of the trailer. It's just sneak peeks. It's Mario and Yoshi and Luigi saying things to different characters. It's Rosalina fighting. It's a bunch of ninjas showing up. It's a Toad getting slapped. Like, what is there to really tell you apart from I liked it, you know? But with that said, I do have some points to bring up, so I'm not coming here empty-handed. Let's talk. So, going into this trailer, was very... I don't think anxious is the word, but like really excited. I guess anxious to see, would this live up to my expectations? And my expectations were, this final trailer needs to be like, nothing stupid, but like intense music, gets you hype, groundbreaking, show some combat, like gets you invested, like, oh man, this is happening, it's epic sort of deal. You know, like that's what I wanted. I will say they delivered. A lot of great stuff happened. We also, ahead of the trailer releasing, saw a new poster, and we saw Wart from Super Mario Bros. 2 in the poster. So we're like, will we see Wart in the trailer? Yes, we did. He's got voice acting too. Wart's a big character here. So that's really cool to see Wart come back. I was happy about that. Also, not that it's a bad thing, but just not what I expected. I didn't think, and I'm curious to see how Toad getting the penguin outfit power-up, how that ties into the whole movie. Because if you'll know, the penguin power-up that Toad had in this new trailer is, you know, in Mario Bros. Wii, you would use it to more easily platform, get through levels, underwater, on ice, all this, right? How's it going to be used in a Galaxy movie? I guess we'll see. That's the fun part of this, right? So Toad had his penguin power-up on. You saw Mega Leg. You saw Rosalina fighting. Rosalina can fight? Golly, I didn't know all this. You saw dinosaurs. Saw that Toad getting slapped that I mentioned. You saw more Luma appearances. By the way, I love the Lumas. I feel like I doubt the Lumas, which, by the way, for those who just don't know, are like the star characters. I doubt the Lumas are going to have a massive role, but they're almost like an X Factor. Like they'll just chime in from time to time randomly, or like help Mario. Something like they're random characters, because, you know, as we can see, like they're not main characters in the sense of like Mario, Luigi, Rosalina, but like they're there. It's nice. I like the Lumas and their voices and what they seem to add to the movie just based on the few trailers we've gotten. So once again, I'm not the frame by frame analysis kind of guy, but I watched that trailer and I come out of it and I'm like, yeah, I'm hype. Like this is going to be a great movie. This is going to be awesome. I'm here for it. Just to get me to April 1st so I can watch the freaking thing. That's how I walk away from this trailer. And we only have about 3 weeks to go until the movie comes out. So it's exciting stuff. Now, after the trailer ended, we got some more news on the movie and the surrounding bits of information and some things that we wanted to know about. But my first thought after the trailer was, man, that was great. But get this. Last week or 2 weeks ago, we talked about how there was a leak that Wario would be, excuse me, in this movie. We did not see Wario in the trailer, and he may not be in the movie at all. Just wanted to say, sorry, I'm not like upset about it. I'm just saying, like, for the record, it appears that leak was false unless Nintendo's got some tricky things up their sleeve and they're going to show Wario as this big enemy in the movie. Who knows? Just want to put it out there. That leak seems to be debunked, at least for now. The only way is if Wario was a big old surprise character, but it seems not. Anyways, let's move on. Shigeru Miyamoto, creator of Mario, comes on screen after the trailer and gives us... I'm stupid. It was the Illumination guy, Chris Meledandri, came on screen, I'm sorry, and told us some more characters in the movie are being voice acted. So, let's talk about this. The voice actor for Yoshi, is none other than Donald Glover. And listen, guys, when I heard the name Donald Glover, I got roasted for this by some buddies. I'm going to search up Donald Glover. I am the furthest thing, guys, from a movie watcher, a movie enjoyer. I don't watch a lot of movies and film and all this sort of stuff. So I don't know a lot of actors, right? I did not know Donald Glover. However, I did not know that Donald Glover was Childish Gambino's real name. Like, I know Childish Gambino, the artist. I did not know Donald Glover. That's like my favorite artist, guys, is Drake. His real name is Aubrey Graham. I mean, his middle name's Drake, but like his name is Aubrey Graham. If Drake was voicing Wart and they said he's voiced by Aubrey Graham, like just say Drake or just say like Donald Glover. Also, Childish Gambino. Then I would have known who he was. I didn't know who he was. I had no idea who this guy was. I got roasted afterwards by a few people. I then found out. So, anyway, my thoughts on the casting. Great, I'll take it. That's a funky casting. I will take it. Luis Guzman, if I'm saying that right, is voicing Wart. Unfamiliar with his work. However, I have researched and he voiced someone pretty notable in like a big movie. I wish I had remembered half of my... Here, he was in that movie called Wednesday, which I heard was pretty big. Like, he's done some good voice acting work. So, unfamiliar, but, you know, casting is solid. And then guess what? We've not seen her on screen, but Honey Queen is in this movie, the Mario Galaxy Mario Galaxy character. And she's voiced by Issa Rae. Unfamiliar with her work as well. Off the simple fact, I'm not a movie guy. Can I watch movies? Yes. Can I watch TV shows? Sure. But I'm not going to go out of my way to do it. If someone wants to watch a movie with me, I'll probably say yeah, but like, I'm not going to do it myself, sort of thing. So I'm just unfamiliar. Take me now if I'm wrong. But like, anywho, aside from those castings, which I think are all solid and fine, and, you know, Wart sounds great. Donald Glover, from the small bits of Yoshi that we've heard, sound good. Here's what I'm wondering now. Do we think that Yoshi's going to have like spoken lines in the movie? I think yes. You can't hire Donald Glover to just go, like just make Yoshi sounds, right? So I think he'll have a few lines, but not a whole lot. Not too much, probably. And then the only other piece of news is that when you open... This is when Miyamoto came on screen. You need to download the Nintendo Today app because when you open it every single day from March 10th to April 1st, you can get like a digital, and I'm doing it right now, a digital Mario movie card just to like, you know, collect on your phone and just, have it. So that's pretty cool. I mean, like, if I'll take it, like, just some extra Mario movie collecting fun every single day. That's a cool thing to kind of put out there. So when he talked about the app, he was like, all right, guys, we're bringing some new stuff to the Nintendo Today app. I was like, oh, just stop. Like, this app is done. This app is just like, it's whatever. I never use it anymore. Like, whatever. Like, just stop, right? Just kill it off. Like, it's done. But then he was like, digital collectible card, this, that. I'm like, okay, you know what? I take that back. He's actually doing some pretty cool things. So not only can you get your digital collectible card, but if you check in with the app at whatever theater you go to, you can get like digital wallpapers downloaded. You can get like these custom photo templates, like where you can take a photo and like there's a border around it that, says Mario Galaxy Movie, whatever. Cool. That's so cool. I'll take it. They should let you like check in, like use this, Nintendo app and like check in at the Nintendo Switch 2 kiosk at Target and you'll get 100 platinum points on My Nintendo. Something like that. They should do that more often. But anywho, my thoughts on all of the Mario Galaxy Movie stuff. Couldn't be more excited. I think they've got my hype now up to like a 9 or a 10. It's going to be a great movie. I think they've done good at hyping this up. And I think it'll be better than the Mario movie, the first one. I'm hype. I bought my tickets. Oh, by the way, tickets are on sale now for those who want to get their great seat for whatever time they can go watch the movie. Get those now because they won't sell out. But like, if you want to get your seats that you want, grab them now because why not? So that's all the news. I'm hype. I want to buy that Yoshi popcorn bucket. I want to maybe get some more Mario Galaxy Movie merch from Target or whatever, but I'm excited, guys. Those are my thoughts on the trailer. Trailer itself was like a 9 out of 10. I don't know what could make it a 10 out of 10, but it was very, very good. So I'm happy with that. But folks, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let's go ahead and get to your favorite segment, the question block segment, where I answer your questions you ask me. Let's go ahead. Let's get freaking to it. You have arrived at your favorite segment of the Mario Matter podcast, the question block segment, folks, where I answer your questions you ask me. If you want to ask a question to be on this podcast, few ways to do so. Number one, my biggest written reach on the earth is through my YouTube community tab on my main channel called EmSwizzle. I post on there every week. If you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't. No problem. The next easiest way I'd say is to email MarioMatterQuestions@gmail.com. That is MarioMatterQuestions with an S @gmail.com. We will get your questions, or I guess actually even easier is just comment down below if you're on YouTube or Spotify or any platform that can comment. We will take your questions from there as well. Just comment or email, I'd say, are the easiest two. If you see my YouTube post, then you see it, you can do that as well. But any way is totally fine. Or the Discord server, link down below, where you can ask questions in the podcast questions channel. So many different ways. I have to find a way to make that intro more concise because it's a ramble. Oh, you can ask questions here, there. I need just one form, but everyone has there are different ways and everything. So I don't know. Email, comment, whatever's the easiest for you. We get them all. All right, let's go. Swag Master Chief asks, what is the first game you ever beat? Funny. It's actually the first game that I ever really played as a kid. And when I say as a kid, I was 2, just running into a wall while my family does all the hard work in the game. Shrek 2. I was playing as Gingy while playing Shrek 2 on the GameCube. And my family was, Shrek and Donkey and Fiona, and they were actually doing the hard work. And I was just running into walls and just dying over and over. So I guess Shrek 2 would be my answer. But if you're saying the first game that I beat, I set out to beat this game on my own, it'd probably be, not on my own, but something where I could comprehend what was happening was probably either Mario Bros. Wii. I was half decent because I was 4 or 5 years old. And then also a runner-up would be, like, I vividly remember this. I beat Mario Bros. U in 2013, and that I would have been 6, and which is crazy to say. And we posted it to Miiverse. It was a great time. So I think I've probably beaten games prior. Like, I beat Sonic Rush when I was like 4, which is insane. But those are like the 2 that I really remember and can vividly recall everything. I had beaten games prior to Mario Bros. U in 2013, but you know, those are the 2 that I really recall. And then Shrek 2 is like the realest answer. So giving you a whole lot of answers there, but hopefully one of those answers your question. All right. The Aqua Knight asks, what is the biggest compliment you can give Nintendo and the biggest critique you can give as well? Whew, alrighty. The biggest compliment I can give them right now would be... I mean, I think it'd be something that has to do with the Switch 2, because I feel like, and I've had mixed opinions in the past, but I feel like the rollout of games and how they're doing things with the Switch 2 are nice. Like, we're getting a new Yoshi game this year. We're getting Tomodachi Life, which fans have wanted forever. We got Mario Kart. We got Donkey Kong. Like, they're bringing some heavy hitters to Switch 2, whether you see it or not. And then we're probably gonna get a 3D Mario, but at the end of this year. And Pokemon's coming out. Like, they're doing really good at, you know, all right, brand new console. Let's get all the heavy hitters on there. The only ones that we're missing are Zelda, which would be way too early. Like, a 3D Zelda would be way too early because Tears came out 3 years ago. Not even. So 3D Zelda we're missing, but that's pretty unrealistic. And then also Animal Crossing, whatever the new Animal Crossing is, should happen next year for sure. Like, that should come out next year. I think you reveal it this September and you put it out like, even like late next year, you can do September type of time, you know? So I think that's where you got to go. But I'd say my compliment is they're just rolling out games right. Like, if you look at other consoles, there's one heavy hitter at launch and then there's nothing for months, right? Like, Nintendo can put out games that people want to play. Compliment. Oh my God. That scared the heck out of me. Oh my. I was like, did somebody just walk into my studio? Guys, the talking flower talked. Remember this guy? He talked. So the time just changed to 11 a.m., March 13th. And he goes, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Like, golly, that scared me. All right. I am going to. So what you can do, guys, is you can like hold down this button here.
I'll keep quiet for a while.
And he just won't talk ever again until you turn it back on. I'm going to do that because that scared the heck out of me. So that's one reason I probably won't have him on all the time. That is terrifying. All right. The second part of your question, Aqua Knight. Biggest critique I can give Nintendo right now. My biggest thing, it has been this for a while. It's not a major problem, but to me, it's like what made Nintendo Nintendo. Is everything outside of playing games on a console. What I mean by that is the Wii, the home menu, the personality, the Wii U, Miiverse, the home menu, the personality, the music, like all of the little quirks that made Nintendo is what I miss. And I know that's a basic answer that people say way too often. Like, I miss when they had personality, but like, it's just so true. How much more fun was it when you would boot up your Wii U? And yeah, maybe it took 45 seconds to boot up, but like when you would boot up your Wii U or your Wii and you're greeted with a nice visually looking home menu with all of these, like for the Wii's case, all these TV channels and this nice nostalgic music, which wasn't nostalgic at the time, but it was inviting, right? All this stuff, the Mii's and everything. Now you look at the Switch 2 and it's just dead. There's no music. Sound effects are pretty like simplistic, or whatever. It's not as Nintendo-y as it used. Like, it sounds so weird, but even just like when you would scroll from game to game, like icon to icon on Wii U, it sounds like a Nintendo sound effect. These ones on Switch 2 don't really. Apart from the, like, when you click the album icon or like the news icon, those are a little bit more, Nintendo-y, but for the most part, it's not really. The personality doesn't show a whole lot anymore, so kind of tough there. But yeah, just not optimal. So I'd say my biggest critique is it's just the personality and charm are gone. The games are as good as ever, but everything else on the console, the personality, the Mii's, everything, gone. And I guess Mii's aren't gone. They're in Tomodachi Life, but they're not as big as they used to be. And everyone loves Mii's. Like, what's the reason to get rid of them? I have no idea. So that's my thing. All right. William asks, "Hi, EmSwizzle. A huge fan of the podcast and your main YouTube channel. I am subscribed and loving the content. Thank you, William. You're the man. My question for you, do you want a Mario Kart DLC? And if so, what do you want in it?" So here's the tough thing, William. Here's the tough thing. Yeah, I want a Mario Kart World DLC. The only problem is everything that's going to be in there is stuff that we should have had at launch. So, for example, Mario Kart 8, as it stands right now on March 13th, 2026, has more battle modes than Mario Kart World. On what earth does that make any sense at all? How does that make sense? It doesn't. Your new entry in a certain series should have what the old games had and more. So my DLC would wish for Renegade Roundup, that battle mode from Mario Kart 8. I would wish for what's Shine Thief, Shine Thief. I want these battle modes back in Mario Kart World. Why are they not there? So I would say I want that in a DLC. But I don't want to ask because, like, that should already be in here. So I guess to answer the question, say by miracle, Nintendo brought over everything that should be in the game. All the battle modes back. I guess that's my biggest thing. I guess that's the biggest deal. Just the battle modes are like what's still stumping me. Or if they add more free roam. So here's what I want. In a DLC, I'll pay $25. You give me twice as many tracks, like how they did in Mario Kart 8. Give me twice as many tracks. Give me more locations for free roam. Give me new collectibles for free roam. Give me even more Mario characters. Although that's tough to ask for because, like, I can't really name one character that I would want to play as that's not in the game. That's not in the game aside from, like, I don't know, Captain Toad. Just give me more of any. Give me Wart. Give me Wart, right? Give me more outfits for these characters. Give me just more of the game. More characters, more outfits, more tracks, more free roam. And then add in, like, 2 brand new battle modes. Like, never seen before battle modes. I think that's bare minimum for $25. And who knows? What if they want to charge 30? I think for 25, what I just laid out is bare minimum. Now, if they really want to nail it, add a brand new mode. I don't know what it would be. Just add something new. Add some brand new, like, thing. I have no idea. I couldn't brainstorm it for you, but, like, just add something. I don't know what it is. Give me a new mode. Give me a new, like, one-on-one battle type mode. I don't know. Give me something, right? Extra something to do. I'll take that. So that's what I would want in a DLC. And I guess part of the question is, like, do I even want a DLC, or would I rather like just nothing come of this? I'd say I want a DLC over not wanting a DLC. I would like to pay $25 than not pay $25 and get more content. Oliver asks, what do you think Nintendo will do in the next 10 years in terms of consoles? Will they be done with Switch 2? Will they shut down completely? Let me know. Well, I don't think they'll shut down completely. That's funny. They make way too much money and they dominate the console space. Like, this makes me sound like I'm glazing Nintendo, but like, let's be real. Let's just go based on statistics. Like, PlayStation and Xbox are not doing numbers close to Nintendo by any, like, not even close. So it'd be dumb to shut down. There's like no competition basically. So I'm not saying that your thing's dumb. I'm just like saying for them, like if they shut down, it'd be dumb. I'm not calling your question dumb. I think you have to get away from the Nintendo Switch model. Guys, if they announce a Switch 3 in 6 years, people are gonna roll their eyes. More Switch, because in 6 years it'll be 2032. The Switch was announced in 2016. What's that? 16 years of Switch? Like, can we move on, please? So I think people will be tired of the Switch name. However, I think that whatever comes next, whatever console it is, I think it's still gonna work in the sense that you can take it from handheld to TV. Handheld to TV. I think that'll never go away. But it's gonna look different. Who knows, man? What if they make what if they do make a handheld and it's the same concept and you dock it, but when you dock it, it like connects to like this big box dock and it has like 8K power? I'm just going off here, but like, what if it's some cool thing like that where it's basically a Switch, but more than a Switch, and it does these cool things that no console has done, and it has a disc drive. It has a disc drive and a cartridge slot for backwards compatibility. How cool would that be? Not actually that cool, but it'd be funky, okay? So I think they still keep the TV to handheld thing, but it's just not, what's the best way? It's just not, sorry, your boy's blanking here. You just cannot do a new Switch. You can't, like, people are tired. Switch Lite, Switch OLED, Switch 2, Switch 2 Lite, like, and then now Switch 3, like, we can't keep doing this, right? So I think it'll be a brand new thing, but still with the same concept. Final question comes from Harrison, who asks, "Hi Max, this is my first question on the podcast. My question is, when do you think the new 3D Mario game will be revealed and released, and what kind of power-ups will Mario have?" So, I always feel very wishy-washy when I talk about random leaks, but I've just seen a few like Twitter people and like some commotion and some people just putting their like full-on reputations on the line. For example, Nash Weedle, Switch Force, which people will roll their eyes at Switch Force. Dude, he's been right about like a lot of Nintendo leaks and stuff, so I'm gonna trust him for now. People saying like, listen, man, Mario's coming this year. Like, there are, leakers to a degree saying Mario this year. So I kind of want to believe them. And I kind of want to say like, yeah, it probably would come out this year. I mean, guys, they've had almost 9 years. Wait. Yeah, almost 9 years since Mario Odyssey. And I know that making a big new 3D Mario game might take more than 9 years. For example, you might say, well, Max, Mario Wonder took, 11 years to release? So you would think that 3D Mario would take more time. Yeah, but 3D Mario sells a little better than 2D Mario. So, like, they're going to work a little harder on that, So, I think we could see it this year. And a big tell, a really, really big tell, is that Pokemon wins in waves. Not that that game is ready to go and release, but they were ready enough to show it. And I don't know about you all. I feel like Pokemon mainline stuff doesn't take that long from reveal to release. This one is set for next year. And if you know Pokemon, they release at the end of the year most times. I'm not saying that they can't release Winds and Waves next March, right? Like 1 year from now. I'm just saying, all I'm saying is that the end of this year, looking a little wide open. Looking a little suspiciously wide open. Don't be shocked if you get a June Direct and 3D Mario's in there. Don't be shocked. Okay? Looking a little too open back half of this year. So, I think this year's a great time. Because if it's not this year, then it's not next year because you're competing with Pokemon. And if it's not next year, it's 2028. And that's just a ways away. Like, that's a while, right? I got a lot of newfound confidence in it coming out this year. I've been asked before, and I'm like, I don't think 3D Mario this year. I don't really think this and that. I've like this past week found some newfound confidence. I think this year, guys, turn me up. I think it's this year. That's just me though. I don't know. And what kind of power-ups will Mario have? Oh, so sorry. It's impossible to predict, and it's also hard to come up with because I think that whatever power-ups Mario has, like brand new ones, are gonna be dependent on what the game is about. Like if it's Mario Galaxy 3, he'll have a power-up that lets him fly through the galaxy. I don't really know, right? If it's Mario, like whatever, it's like whatever the environment is what he's gonna have power-ups for. So hard to predict, really, really hard to predict. Can that be my prediction? Whatever new power-up comes out is gonna help Mario with whatever environment he's in. So if they put him in like, just like a big old world, like Mario Odyssey, right? The power-ups he'll get in certain environments will be for those environments. Can I predict that? Because that's gonna happen. Like if he's in an ice world, they're gonna give him like a coat power up and like he can climb on ice, something like that, right? Or if he's in a fire land, he's gonna get like a hose to put all out, something to help him with the environments. That's my prediction. But folks, thank you all so much for listening to the Mario Matter episode 183. I appreciate you all very much for listening. I'm gonna go ahead and make this announcement. And I'm only making this announcement because you all stayed to the end of the podcast. So this is big stuff. You get to hear about this, okay? So not next week, but the week after that, I'm going to try my best to have it up on Saturday morning. But if like the hotel Wi-Fi ain't doing it for me, then there's nothing I can do. If it's in my control, you'll have this podcast in 2 weeks from today at 10 a.m., right? In 2 weeks, so March 28th, I believe, that Saturday, you will get an in-person podcast with me, Russ Vandy, and Infinite Bits, and maybe one more person. We are all going to the PAX East convention in Boston, and we rented out a podcast studio, and we're going to do an in-person live, not live, but like a on the scene, Mario Matter podcast and post it up for you on Saturday. We're going to try and stick to like talking about Nintendo news, but like we might just go off the cuff and just talk like, Nintendo YouTube stuff. We'll see. We'll plan it out, but look forward to that. That's a cool thing to announce. And yeah, look forward to it. Apart from that, thank you for listening, folks. Subscribe on your way out. Leave us a good rating if you did enjoy on, on your audio platform, Apple Podcast, Spotify, whatever it may be. And folks, I will see you all next week for even more Nintendo news. Adios!